Welcome everybody. Hello there, I'm Dwayne Davison on behalf of the Valparaiso International Center, the VIC. Welcome to our fourth Friday event. If you're here to see Flavia, might be in the wrong space because this is Lee Soy-Yi. So, yep, Flavia is just a Americanized name, as we know from a lot of Asian folks that come to America. Always get an American, or in this case, Latin name. But anyway, welcome to our fourth Friday event. And I wanted to start off by saying my son Leo is here tonight. And I mention that because he had a birthday party that he was invited to with a good friend, and he chose to come here instead. Wow. And that was impressive. I didn't ask him to, but he chose that. So thanks, Leo, for being here. And obviously you folks could be watching Olympics tonight. And if you forgot about it, don't leave now, because I'll call you out as you're leaving. But lots of things going on, of course, around. So thanks for coming and spending a little time with us here. A few new faces in the audience, so just to let you know, we usually hold questions till the end. So Flavia is going to be here afterwards, wrap up around 8:30. By then, that includes the question and answers, and she'll be available as well after, because we'll put the chairs away and have tables out, and we'll have some Hong Kong treats to eat and drink. So look forward to that in just a little bit. So anybody also that's new, please go to our website, valpovic.org, and you'll learn about the organization and our biggest thing of the year coming up in a month, or 2 months. Sorry, Sunday, September the 15th, our World Cultural Festival. So food, dance, music, art from around the world. And we invite you to sign our email list if you are not on that. If you didn't get a personal invite tonight, that means you're not on our email list, so go ahead and sign that over there. And also want to mention, with the festival, we have had numerous planning meetings. It's not too late to join us. We're having another one coming up in a couple of weeks.
Can I interrupt for a moment?
Yes?
He mentioned about the email, and we've been experiencing a bit of problem with our email, with people going into people's spam boxes. So if you would please go home and tonight, and if you're on our mailing list, make sure you whitelist our email address, info@valpovic.org. Make sure that it's accepted. You put it in your contact list. It should whitelist it automatically, or just have to go through your settings and whitelist that account so it doesn't go in your spam box. Because we've been experiencing this going into people's spam, and they're going, hey, we don't hear about this, but yet they're on our mailing list. So please check that out.
Thank you. That's Kevin Hagan. He's a board member. Usually he's behind the scenes in the shadows, and so that's an important announcement for him to come out right out in the open. Right. Thank you, Kevin. So. Also, with, for the festival, with planning purposes coming up, we are doing something new this year, and that is the Valparaiso Popcorn Festival. Has anybody ever heard of that?
Oh, yes.
Yes, okay. So the second biggest and most important event of the year in Valpo, right?
Yes. Right on.
Thank you.
Good one.
So, Sue, come on. She asked, what's the first? Let's say it together. The World Cultural Festival. Thank you.
September 15th from 12 to 5.
And even a few years back, old timers will remember Expedia named it the #1 thing to do in the state of Indiana for that year. So take that. So anyway, we are for the first time attempting to have a presence in the parade ahead of time. So that's the week before the World Cultural Festival. If anybody's interested in kind of planning, designing, dancing, what have you, we would welcome your ideas for that parade. And that's where you would want to get on that mailing list and come to our planning meeting on Wednesday, August 7th. Okay? So, With that in mind, last business of order, we record these. We've done 60 or so different countries over the years. It's pretty amazing. These are all folks that live in our area and present on their home country. Hong Kong is a first. We've done China specifically before, but Hong Kong is a new one. The last 2 years or so are recorded and on our website. So Czech Republic, most recently, for example, you'll be able to see as our June presentation, and goes back a year and a half to 2 years or so recorded. All the other ones prior to the pandemic are not, sadly. So anyway, Flavia has been involved with our World Cultural Festival for many years as a volunteer. Always appreciate her efforts. She does yoga and Tai Chi. She operated a restaurant in Portage. Her family story is quite amazing, so we'll see what she gets into with that, and I'll fill in any gaps that you've left out after that. But anyway, please welcome Flavia Cheng to the stage. Thank you. And we are just going to start off with a couple minutes. And you just missed, Lubos Barton walked in. I just mentioned he was our last presenter, and his wife just off the plane from Barcelona, Spain, right? Okay, very good. Welcome, guys. Have a seat. So we are going to play just a quick video, give you an idea on a very nicely produced video.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to come to my presentation. I hope you enjoyed the video we just played, and that shows you what is Hong Kong looks like nowadays. And you may already know from the picture that, like after the transfer of sovereignty, and also known as the handover from the United Kingdom back to China.
Can't hear.
Can hear you.
Yeah.
Not loud.
Can you hear me now?
Hopefully,
Okay, just yell.
if that works, we'll be in business.
Sorry for that. Now just continue with this. You hear me? Yeah. Okay. Now I just want to tell you some. Okay. Something I know.
Don't touch it.
Okay. Wait a moment. Hong Kong, where I grew up and stayed for 33 years. During those years, I received my limited education and worked and built up my own import and export firm. We came to America when my brother-in-law needed my late husband's help with the restaurant, Jade Garden in Portage. Later, we took over the business, and when my husband decided to go back to Hong Kong, I sold the business. The history of Hong Kong. The region of Hong Kong has been inhabited since the Old Stone Age, later become part of China, starting as a farming, fishing village and salt production site. It became an important big part and eventually a major international financial center. Now it is a part of the Greater Bay Area of China. After the Opium War, its territory was acquired by the British from 3 separate treaties. The first is Hong Kong Island by the Treaty of Nanking in 1842. Second, Kowloon Peninsula by the Treaty of Beijing in 1860. And third, the Convention of the Extension of Hong Kong Territory in 1898, which gave the United Kingdom the control of Hong Kong Island, Kowloon, and new territories. However, even Hong Kong Island and the Kowloon Peninsula has been ceded to the United Kingdom in perpetuity. The control of the new territories was a 99-year lease. The finite nature of the 99-year lease did not hinder Hong Kong's development, as the new territory was combined as part of Hong Kong. So by 1997, which the people of Hong Kong just call 97, it was impractical to separate the 3 territories and only return the new territories to Hong Kong. In addition, with the scarcity of land and natural resources in Hong Kong Island and Kowloon Peninsula, the new territories were being developed with large-scale infrastructures and other developments, with the break-even date lying well past 30th June 1997. Thus, the status of the new territories after the expiry of the 1990-year lease became important for Hong Kong's economic development. It was by countless difficult discussion and negotiation from 1979 to 1984 between the 2 countries, and the Chinese government introducing the one country, 2 systems principle, and said that the socialist system of the People's Republic of China would not be practiced in Hong Kong's special administrative region, that the British finally agreed to give the whole area of Hong Kong Kowloon and the new territories back to China on 1st July 1997. On the 1st of this month, Hong Kong has been governed by 5 chiefs of the Special Administrative Region for 27 years. The present 5th Chief Executive of the Special Administrative Region is Mr. John Lee, my family name. Here, quite handsome, right?
Yes, good looking.
Yeah. And he's also very good, he's trilingual, he speaks very good English, better than mine, than me, and Cantonese and Mandarin,
Yeah.
or 普通话. And this is the 4th one. She is the only lady chief executive, but she has the most difficult job because in her office, there's a lot of rallies and protesting in Hong Kong. Now this is the map of Hong Kong, and let you see a little bit longer, because you can see Hong Kong Island there. Okay, Hong Kong Island is very small, smaller than Lantau Island. Hong Kong has a total of 428 square miles, of which 3.16% is water, with 60 outlying islands around. And the largest one is Lantau Island, as you can see from the map. There are 42 beaches in Hong Kong, of which 39 beaches have lifeguard service. Many people swim in the winter. I did when I was there. That's why I mentioned that, that beach, because I was an amateur lifesaver and I got the beaches also at weekends. So if you like swimming, Hong Kong is the place for you.
Yeah.
See, this is the undersea picture, but when I was a lifeguard and in the evening we dive down, the fish are much more beautiful than this one. You have a lot of colorful and more, the shape is very beautiful. It's like in those tropical water tank, very beautiful. Population. Hong Kong has 428 square miles, but then it has the population of 7.5 million, of which 92% are Chinese. It's one of the most densely populated places in the world. To accommodate the people, many high skyscrapers have been built. And we always say it is a concrete forest. Before we came to America, we lived on the 14th floor of a building, and some of my friends lived on the 34th floor. When I went back last September, one of my friend's family lived on the 60th floor. Can you imagine how you feel when you look down?
Yeah.
My legs are shaking. See how dense this is, And then we always joke that if the government or every people go down, and go down to the ground, there will be not enough space to hold all the people, even they stand on the water. See, but then you see the. Okay. Yeah, the shops, there's so many things and there's so many people there. This is what we call the Woman Street in Mongkok. Actually, this is CE Street, that means you wash the laundry street, but because they sell a lot of women's things and a lot of ladies go there, so they're the nickname of Woman Street. And then nobody knows the old name. Just, if you mention Woman Street, then they know. The GDP of Hong Kong in the first half of 2024 is $407 billion US. The weather, the climate of Hong Kong is subtropical. It is dry and mild in the month of November to February. with a temperature around 50 to 70 degrees, which is quite hot here. But when I was in Hong Kong, I wear overcoat because it is humid. Hot and humid in spring and summer, when the temperature can climb up to the upper 90s. And my daughter is there and she said, I sweat even when I'm stand up. So the best time to visit Hong Kong is from late fall to winter. I usually go back during this period. Education, Hong Kong's public education system provides 12 years of free education for all students starting from age 6. 6 years of primary school, 3 years of junior secondary, and 3 years of senior secondary. After that, students take the Hong Kong Diploma of Secondary Education exams, which is critical as the result of it will decide which university you can get into. Under the Hong Kong law, there are 22 accredited degree awarding higher education institutions in Hong Kong. The first three is the Hong Kong University, the Chinese University of Hong Kong, Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, and so on. According to the new book, the ranking of Hong Kong in the education sector has impressively improved in recent years. It ranked 10th position among the best education system in the world. Not too bad, right? Okay. The language taught in school are Cantonese and English. After the handover, some schools also begin to teach Mandarin, which is now called Putonghua in China. Am I saying it right?
Yes,
Putonghua.
correct.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then now today I have two guests, they speak Putonghua, and then I just find one speak Cantonese. It's a 10. This is one part of Hong Kong University. Language, Cantonese is the mother tongue of Hong Kong people. The most people speak English as well. After the handover, many begin to learn how to speak Putonghua also. The sign of the streets and public places are in both Chinese and English. Religion, Hong Kong is home to many religious groups, including Buddhism, Taoism, Confucianism, Christianity, right? And Islam, Hinduism and Judaism. Most of the Chinese practice the combination of Buddhism, Taoism, and Confucianism because we think that's one. And the most famous temple is, as you can see from the video, is the Taoist temple Guangdong, which is dedicated to the great immortal Wang. And Daixin means the fairy. So a deity believed to possess, what's wrong here?
Just click.
Okay, thank you. Possess the power of healing. Believers flock to the shrine, to the shrine to have their prayers granted. During the Chinese New Year, there are so many people that believers have to wait for a long line to get in. Nowadays, even people from mainland China and Taiwan go there to pray too. There are also about 395,000 Catholics in Hong Kong and many Catholic churches as well. When I was in school, the school was Catholic. This is the front part of Guangdong Temple. Transportation. Is it very convenient to commute in Hong Kong? There are many public means of transportation. It has the Mass Transit Railway, MTR, the underground railway that covers nearly all the areas in the city. There are many double-decker buses and trams running on the road, as well as minivans and taxis. The peak tram that takes passengers to Peak Victoria is often touted as Hong Kong's most spectacular destination, and the journey can be almost as spellbinding as the top. When it first opened in 1886, 1888, it was for the use of the British governor and the peace residents only. The residents are mostly English by that time. But today it can be enjoyed by everyone as one of the oldest vernacular railways in the world. The journey takes about 8 to 10 minutes and is a visual experience to remember as skyscrapers glide past at what appears to be impossible angles while the tram takes its ascent. Recently, the high-speed train have begun to take travelers to and back from cities in China. I had written on it the last time when I went back, and it's really very fast, clean, and quiet. The most fast transportation is the MTR. And the tram that only runs on Hong Kong Island are the slowest, but the cheapest. The fare is only $3 a trip, less than 40 cents US. I like to take the tram when I go to Hong Kong because I can look at the people, the size of people, and then because the ways are on the middle of the road, so I can watch the scenery and the people there. Transportation fares are quite reasonable compared with those in the US. People can buy an octopus card that can use on all public transportations. Seniors over 65 and handicapped people enjoy a very low fee of $2 Hong Kong dollars a trip, no matter how far they go inside the city. Even though there are 4 cross-harbor tunnels linked up Hong Kong Island and Kowloon with the new territories, there are still ferries carrying passengers across the harbor. Star Ferry that runs the Tsim Sha Tsui to Central is most popular. Many people like to take the ferry because they can relax while looking at the beautiful sceneries on both sides of the coast. There is a 55-kilometer long Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau bridge that takes you to Zhuhai or Macau by car or bus if you want to try your luck in the casinos in Macau, because Macau is just like Las Vegas, yeah. The Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge is a bridge tunnel system consisting of a series of 3 cable-staged car bridges, an undersea tunnel and 4 artificial islands. It's the longest sea crossing and the longest open sea fixed link in the world. Just last month, the Shenzhen San Link opened. It's a bridge tunnel that connected 2 major cities on the Pearl River Delta in China. That shortens the time a lot when people of Hong Kong goes to China. If you go to Hong Kong, you have no problem getting around. As I said before, all the roads and public places as well as buildings are with Chinese and English. People in Hong Kong are eager to help if you ask. They're very friendly people, including me. Okay, so these are the Hong Kong dollar bills. Hong Kong has its own currency, the Hong Kong dollar. It is hooked up with the US dollars after the hangover, and then the exchange rate is 7.8. That is $1 equal to 780 Hong Kong dollars. These are the Hong Kong dollar bills. Living standard. Living standard in Hong Kong is quite high when compared to most cities in Asia. People spend most of their income on accommodation due to scarcity of spaces. Apartment homes and rents are very expensive, and space is very small. The government has built many apartments and let them to the low-income citizens with much lower rent. But as there are many people applying for these so-called low-rent homes, the waiting time is very long. Usually it takes 5 to 10 years before you can get one and move in. While waiting for the low-rent homes, some people live in the so-called subdivided flats or RIP homes, which is very small. Rent of the retail space is very high too. And many restaurants move to the upper floors of the building because space on the streets are too expensive for them to afford. And recently, Hong Kong has built some temporary simple house to house those people waiting for the low rent house, and on the lands which they think they're not going to develop quickly, maybe 10 years or something like that. So that is a release for people. Wages. Wages are high compared to other Asian cities. That's why many people will go to Hong Kong. The average annual salary is Hong Kong dollar 435,000, up about US dollar 56,000. Full-time workers in Hong Kong average makes 36,600 a month. The people in Hong Kong are hard workers, and they usually work long hours. When I go back to Hong Kong, I cook for my daughter and 7 o'clock. When are you coming? I'm still maybe 9 o'clock. I said, 9 o'clock, you're leaving the office or coming back to home? I have no clue. The minimum wages have recently been increased to Hong Kong dollar 40 per hour. This is about US $5. Compared, it's cheap, right? Yeah. But then you spot, okay. Ooh. Okay. The people of Hong Kong enjoy all kinds of exercise: tennis, running, jogging, Tai Chi, yoga, swimming, golfing, climbing, horse racing, etc. There are 2 very popular ones: Tai Chi and horse racing. The Leisure and Culture Service Department runs many Tai Chi classes in the morning and late in the evening in the parks with very low fees. Probably those have been in Hong Kong have seen that, right? You said that, right? Mm-hmm. And I did when I was in Hong Kong, and that's how I got certified to teach. I usually go back to Hong Kong once a year, and whenever I go back, I go to practice with my Tai Chi friends and my instructors in the morning, and after that we go to the dim sum place to have a good time. The other one is horse racing. They call it a sport, but it is actually a gamble. The Hong Kong Jockey Club runs a race every Wednesday night at Happy Valley Race Course, and one every Saturday afternoon at Satin Hall Race Course. The Hong Kong Jockey Club has a betting amount of 6 million Hong Kong dollars a race. And in the first half of this year, it had 3,048 billion Hong Kong dollars. The Hong Kong Jockey Club is also the biggest contributor to charity in Hong Kong. And I remember one of my Australian clients came and said, wow, your Hong Kong betting amount is so high, it's much more than in Australia. Swimming is very popular due to the mild weather and the bountiful beaches in Hong Kong. Some swimmers also swim in the winter. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm done. Thank you. I used to do that and learn synchronized swimming and represent Hong Kong to perform in the Southeast Asian countries when I was young, not now. Entertainment. Hong Kong people enjoy many kinds of entertainment from the east to west. Movies from Hollywood and songs from the US are very popular. When I was young, I used to sing the songs from Elvis, Patti Page, Paul Anka, those things, you know. And Hong Kong also has its own production of movies and music. And there are many from China as well. Many of you probably have watched Crouching Tiger and Hidden Dragon, right?
Yeah.
By Bruce, no, it's not by Bruce Lee, by Chow Yun-fat. And some of the martial art movies by Jet Li, Jackie Chan, and Bruce Lee. Talking about Bruce Lee, I want to mention that he's from our hometown. And his father was a famous comedian in the Cantonese opera and a friend of my father. There is a Bruce Lee park in our hometown. As the picture later showed you, you can see there were students practicing Chinese Kung Fu in front of his statue. There are many concerts, contemporary plays, and shows from all over the world performed in Hong Kong. One of the very popular performances is the Cantonese opera. I like Cantonese opera because their lyrics are very poetic and the costumes are very beautiful. See the pictures of some of the popular actors and actresses from Hong Kong. So this is Bruce Lee. And then, this is the Bruce Lee Park in our hometown. And this is Jackie Chan, which I don't like very much. Because he's not a good husband and not a good boyfriend. Okay, and this is the, you know them, right? Yeah, this is the actress, famous actress in Hong Kong, you know, from the left to right is Gong Li. She's from China and then moved to Hong Kong. And Maggie Cheung, she's Miss Hong Kong before, second runner-up only, but then she's more popular than the queen. And then Michelle Yeoh, she just got the best actress last year. Okay, food. Okay, in Hong Kong, one can find all kinds of restaurants from all over the world: Chinese, American, French, Italian, Japanese, Korean, you name it. Cantonese food is the most popular, of course, and is regarded as one of the best cuisines in China. Due to the mild and warm weather, Hong Kong has all the fresh ingredients from the nearest city in China, Shenzhen, as well as from other parts of the world. The Hong Kong people are very particular on the freshness of their food. They do not like frozen food much, as they can go to the market and buy live chicken, fish, lobster, shrimps, and crabs that are still swimming or at least moving. If they don't move, then the price will be very inexpensive. As it is on the coastline of the Pacific Ocean, seafood is very popular and famous in Hong Kong. Oh yes, Hong Kong people eat rice with every meal, same as the Americans eat cheese. I remember when I first went to visit my handbag clients in Arkansas. His son took me on a private plane to show me first view of Arkansas. And then so I want to repay the hospitality. I said, Jim, when are you coming to Hong Kong? I show you. I said, is Hong Kong has cheese? I can't live without cheese. I said, oh, then I said, okay, the Americans, they like cheese. They must have cheese.
Yeah.
I told him that, Hong Kong is an international city, and you can find everything there. The most unique food in Hong Kong perhaps is the dim sum. I wonder if you heard about it, but there's some of my yoga friends have go to dim sum place with me in Chicago. And they are very popular. They're as popular as burger and hot dogs here. Dim sums are served in small containers with 1 or 4 pieces of food, depending on the size of the dim sum. They are steamed, pan-fried, deep-fried, or stewed, salty or sweet. On Sunday and holidays, family and friends get together, go to the dim sum houses to have a good food and a good time. In the morning, many people would go to the dim sum place as their breakfast after their morning practice of Tai Chi. I did. Some people, like my late husband, like to have their breakfast at the dim sum house and order 1 pot of hot tea and 2 dishes of dim sum. What we call yak zhong liao yin, right, Mr. Tam? Okay. And enjoy them while eating the daily newspaper or chat with their other dim sum goers. Talking about tea, there are countless types of tea in China, and we do not put sugar into our tea. We would like to enjoy the original flavor of the different kinds of tea. Tonight, I will serve you with my favorite tea, Gynostemma pentaphinum, right? Pentaphinum or something like that. Sorry, but no sugar in it. However, it does have a sweet and bitter taste, and it is good for our health. It is said that it reduces the bad cholesterol and sugar in our body. The Japanese have used it to make a cholesterol medicine. I hope you will like it as I do. See, these are the dim sums. Does this make your mouth watering? Yes. I have some for you later. So a little bit. Not all of them though. See? Okay, now show you how happy they are enjoying their food. Okay, sightseeing in Hong Kong. If you go to Hong Kong, there are many fun and beautiful places to see. The Lion Rock Mountain is probably the #1 landmark in Hong Kong, because the Hong Kong people call ourselves as the people who live under the Lion Rock Mountain, and there's a song which is very famous. The ocean park, where you will see many kinds of beautiful fish, the dolphin and whale shows are spectacular. There is also a giant panther house that has 4 giant panthers now, and will soon have 2 more, making it 6 altogether, as the central government of China has given 2 more giant panthers to Hong Kong. It's a hope that they will arrive in Hong Kong by the National Day, which is the 1st of October this year. There are many water games and the ocean park, okay. Now this is one part of the ocean park. Hong Kong has a Disneyland, but then I couldn't download the picture here. I even asked my daughter who's working in Disneyland Hong Kong, but I couldn't. Even with the help of these young ladies, I couldn't do that. The Chintan Buddha statue on Nantou Island. You take a cable car up there, and while you are on the cable car, you will overlook the Hong Kong airport, as well as the mountain and water below. By the way, Hong Kong airport is very modern and very big and still developed. It was in the Kowloon before, which is like the pilots have to have a special test before they can land in Hong Kong, because it's so narrow and by the sea. And some of our clients said, "Are we going to the sea? Are we going to the sea?" When they are landing, just like going to the sea. But now they move and then to the outlying island. And Yuli said, her daughter from India said, "Okay, the airport is so good in Hong Kong, right?" And this is the Buddha. You saw it in the video also, but then you have to walk quite a bit to go up there. I did twice. Victoria Peak, oh, this is very good. You can take the peak tram or buses up to the peak. From there you will see You'll be able to overlook Victoria Harbour, Aberdeen, which is a fishing harbour, the city of Hong Kong and Kowloon Peninsula. I like to take the Pit Cham up and get down by the bus that runs along the road by the mountain. So on one side, you can nearly touch the tree branches. And on the other side, you will overlook the Victoria Harbour. I love to go either early in the morning to walk around the mountain, be in fresh air, while overlooking the scenery below. It's an easy walk and relaxing. But the best time to go is in the early evening. After the walk, I can watch the sunset, and then when the lights are on from the buildings, it is beautiful that it looks like a crown with glittering gems. So this is the Pit Cham ascending. And then the Tsim Sha Tsui Promenade, one of the main tourist attraction, a walk that skirts the harbour and some Kowloon's major cultural attractions while providing dramatic views of the Hong Kong Island skyline. You also see the jumboats that sailed on the Victoria Harbour. You can get a tour there also. This is Hong Kong at night by Tsim Sha Tsui Promenade, and then this is the jumboat, which you can ride on that. Shopping. Well, Hong Kong has a nickname, Shopper's Paradise. It is a free part. It does not levy customs tariff on imports, impose quota or surcharges, or have a value-added tax system. Hong Kong also has few controls on exports and re-exports, and many products don't require licenses. There are many merchandise are quite reasonable priced. There are many shopping malls where you can find many brand name products from all over the world. When I was in Hong Kong running my import and export business, my French clients bought Hermes scarves back to France. Can you believe that? And then my Italian customers bought so many things back. Okay. That they have to get extra suitcases to hold the things, and then pay extra on the aeroplane also. If you want to find more affordable items in Mong Kok, that is the Women's Street, as I mentioned before, that opens from noon to early evening now, because before they opened up to midnight, but after the pandemic, they close early. You'll find all kinds of things, including snacks and food stores there. This is Temple Street Night Market. Okay, night, okay. Excited, right? Hong Kong is known as the city that never sleeps. I remember when I first go to Germany, and then in the afternoon, 3 o'clock, no people. I said, wow, in Hong Kong, 3 o'clock in the morning is more people than here. There are many people on the street, even in the middle of the night. One of the renowned places is Nan Kwai Fong, which is the ultimate party place in Hong Kong. There are many bars, many tourists and local young people go there to enjoy the night late at night. And it's very crowded, especially on Christmas or New Year or some festivals. See, this is a part of it only. And all English sign. They're for tourists. Okay, this is a night street in Hong Kong, one of the in Mong Kok. Even though we say Hong Kong is a concrete forest, there are still many natural scenes. The geopark in Sai Kung in the New Territories is one of the world's UNESCO heritage sites. Just a look at these pictures will amaze you. See the stone columns? And then this one. Tai O. It used to be a fishing village where you could see lots of fish being hung up to be dried and under the sun, but now it has become a tourist area. You see those tilted houses built on water? Due to my career as an entrepreneur, I have gone to many places in the world, but when I went back to Hong Kong, I still find many beautiful places there. Well, these are what I have found about Hong Kong. I hope you love it. Thank you for coming. Yeah.
It's very important.
Thank you, Flavia, very much. So I'm going to put you on the spot, but you were warned. I'd like you to do a demonstration of some Tai Chi, please.
Okay. But then I thought you would like to hear some 普通话, right?
Sure.
I have friends, they can say some 普通话, talk some 普通话.
Okay.
And if Yanni, you talk to
What do you
her.
want me to say in Mandarin?
Anything you guys want to talk.
Well, it's just, I would say, 很高兴认识你。那个意思就是说 it was great to be here and nice to meet you. 很高兴认识你。
怎么样？
好，
我很好，今天晚上的讲座很好。
谢谢你，谢谢你们来，谢谢您帮忙。Oh yeah, by the way, I have to say thank you to Dr. Benjamin Suter and Dr. Yuni Suter. They help me a lot with the food and carry the things, and I really appreciate it. They come to my place and like for something, and friends in friends indeed, you know. So they're
It
very
is our
good.
pleasure. It is our pleasure.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay,
And
then
then now
how about
Cantonese.
Cantonese?
Yeah, Cantonese. Okay, 譚生點啊？你講咩？
我冇乜嘢好講，我係喺屯門出世嘅，係嚟咗成44年啦，嚟咗美國。
隔離嗰個係佢嘅太太。
呢個我個女，呢個我個太太。
哦，哇哦，好犀利！你好後生啊仲。
係。
Okay, now he said, you know, he has been to US for 42 years, but he never went back. And I thought, you know, the one next to him is his wife and his daughter, so he looks very young, you know, and his wife. Very good. I went there every year, once a year, and you never went back. You should go back.
I will.
Yeah, good.
Flavia.
Yeah.
Flavia, here.
Yeah.
Tell people that 跟大家说一下，我说普通话，他说广东话，我们两个是讲不了话的。
好的。
我们可以认识，读书的时候可以一样，但是我们听不懂。
Okay, now you know Dr. Yuni Suter tell me to tell you that she speaks 普通话 and that Mr. Tan speaks Cantonese. They couldn't converse because they don't understand each other, but writing is the same. But I remember when I was in England on the train, I met one Korean gentleman. We converse in English, but we write in Chinese. You know, the Korean also use Chinese characters. The same meaning also. I say, what is the meaning? It's the same meaning. And then, by the way, his last name also my last name, Lee, just like you see.
Special. But we can read the newspaper.
Yes, right, the characters are the same. Because Chen Chi-Wang unified the characters. He unified 7 nations long time ago, and he burned the books of the other country. So some of the scholars, they hold their book and die with their book. And then now, Chairman Mao, the recent chairman of the Communist of China, he wants to unify the spoken language also. Because China has thousands of dialects. Even in my hometown, the next village might speak another dialect. Some is very similar, but some entirely different. Like Chiuzhou, as At first, I said, oh, you guys are not. He said, well, we are also Cantonese. I said, okay, you're from Canton too, but and I didn't understand what they talk about. So
Patois and Cantonese are from the same family or totally different language?
no, actually, Cantonese is the mother tongue of Canton people from Canton and Hong Kong. But before, a lot of Chinese, when you come here, they come from Canton. A lot of them come from Canton. That's why many use Cantonese. And some of my Chinese friends, they came here. They said, I go to Chicago, Chinatown. I don't understand them, and they don't understand me. They speak Cantonese, and I speak Mandarin or Putonghua. Mandarin and Putonghua is the same. But then like in Taiwan, they still call it Mandarin, and then in Singapore, they call it Huayu. That means the language of China. And then in China now it's called Putonghua. That means common language. So.
Michael, would you like to try some Mandarin then for the third difference?
很高兴我今天晚上很高兴我能来到这里。
你说普通话？
是啊，我说普通话，我是从中国收养的。我是在13岁，差不多14岁的时候被坐在我右边的时候，这个就是我爸爸。我妈妈今天没来。但是我很高兴能听到你的这个讲座，关于香港的知识，我们学了很多。
你在哪里来的？
我呢是小的时候呢是在贵州出生的。
贵州。
是，然后呢，我在贵州待了差不多5、6年吧，然后7岁的时候来到了北京。去了北京之后，去了一个机构，那个机构是一个法国的那个就是叫济慈之家吧，用英文名叫 bachelor， 然后那个机构是专门照顾这些孤儿寡母的0到16岁的，是一个法国的一个夫妇他们建的，然后我去那边学了差不多自理。7岁的时候去了那，然后去了那儿待了2年，9岁的时候去了北京市盲人学校，上了差不多4、5年了，然后我被收养了。
可是你普通话很好啊。
是啊，因为我是在13、14岁的时候来的，所以比较。
可是很多人不说就忘了嘛，好像我读过意大利语可是我的意大利全忘了。I said, his 普通话 is very good, better than mine because I have accent. Mine is just like my English. But then I also, admire him because he didn't have the chance to speak and he came at 13. At the age of 13, he still speaks very good 普通话. I told him that I learned Italian before because I have Italian business clients and now I forget. If you don't use it, you forget.
So everyone understood the subtle differences between Cantonese and Mandarin. And then speaking of English, Flavia was a little bit concerned about the presentation, so she wanted to read it. But I have to say, your English is much better than my Cantonese, so you did a great job.
I know that you always want people to listen to Cantonese, but I'm not going to speak Cantonese. I'm going to sing a Cantonese happy birthday song to your son. Is it good?
Happy birthday.
Okay. Okay, I can just use it, okay? No, sorry. 恭祝你福壽與康寧，慶賀你生辰快樂，年年都有今日，歲歲都有今朝，恭喜你，恭喜你，生日快樂。That means, wish you good fortune, longevity, health, and peaceful.
Thank you.
懂吗？你懂广东话？
一点点。
一点点啊？你怎么懂的？哪个聪明啊？
因为有些词汇，有一些广东话的词汇呢，能听到吗？有些广东话的词汇呢，跟普通话是差不多的。恭喜你就是恭喜你的意思。
对对。
What Michael said was stop stalling and do your Tai Chi.
Okay. Okay, I'm doing a little bit of the shortest, the 48
And did you want,
style form,
did you
okay?
want music with it, or?
I don't need music, but Duane want to have some Chinese music. That's fine. Okay, now, okay. So, ready? Tai Chi commands. While horse pass its mane on both sides. I have to go this way because of this, okay? Otherwise we go straight, okay? Okay, this is called repulse monkey and step back. You want me to stop, okay?
So, second demonstration here. So in honor of Bruce Lee, Flavia is going to be doing some Kung Fu. And so we rehearsed this just before. So I'm going to hold this above my head, and you're going to break this in half. Go ahead when you're ready.
And then measured order to, tailor-made. I don't want to break it.
Can you believe that? Her pants are too expensive, so she cannot do the.
Right.
Wow. So, also, Jackie Chan, you mentioned him, that he was not a boyfriend.
Not a good boyfriend.
A good boyfriend.
Very good husband.
Right, so.
Very good father.
Could you explain a couple of your dates with Jackie Chan, please?
I didn't have a date with him. No way.
No date with Jackie Chan, okay. All right, but from your hometown and Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee from my hometown,
Yeah.
not Jackie Chan.
Gotcha, okay. So, Tai Chi is something that you do at Central Park Plaza, I think, just with a group of ladies on your own, and then you also do jasmine dancing at the festival. Can you quickly explain about the festival?
Two Jasmine ladies. Yanni, where's are they?
They went to the kitchen.
Oh, they went to the kitchen. They're hungry already.
To get it warmed up.
So you can do that after we eat, so.
Yeah.
Okay, who's got some questions then for Flavia?
I've learned about Qingzhou Bao Festival, so can you talk about it? I think it will be good for me to refer back to what I learned about it.
What Qingzhou Bao?
The Qingzhou Bao Festival.
That happens
Is
once
it
a year.
the one in the outlying island?
I think
Over
so.
Hong Kong?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that is, like on the, in March, there's a festival we celebrate for a goddess. And then, the village of the outlying island, which is Lanyang Island, which, they have like, with a mountain, they would build with bamboo, build, and then mounted with buns, the edible buns. And people will climb up and then compete who is the first one is who is the first to go to the top. And then the second is who get the most buns down.
爬包的。
对吧？爬包山嘛，这是爬包山啊。Really, you have to. Just recently, I think just 2 months ago they had that, and one lady also won, young lady. Now the Hong Kong ladies are quite good, I would say. Yeah, because Li Lai Shan, she's the first lady to get a gold medal for Hong Kong in wind sailing.
Oh, and by the way, I watched the Olympics opening ceremonies. There was a separate boat for Hong Kong.
I beg your pardon?
There was a separate boat for the Hong Kong contingent. It was not part of the Chinese. It was a separate boat.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Because Hong Kong is still a special administrative region. So under one country, two system. So we still have the democratic system, yeah.
And I'm interested in learning more about that, but my question is this, it's a language question. If I were walking down the street in Hong Kong and I encountered a native who speaks English, am I going to hear English with a British accent, or am I going to hear British with an American accent? I guess what I'm asking is, who has the greater influence more recently, the British or the Americans?
Well, I think the British, for me, because, when I came here, I couldn't understand, the American English very much, and I always complain that, oh, they don't have grammar. Like the song, she don't know she's beautiful. I said, no, she should say she doesn't know she's beautiful, right? And then, like even now, when I practice, we have Pracie, but when I do that, then my dictionary is set wrong. Then I have to correct into C. That, yes, and then Hong Kong is still, and nowadays, the influence of American is very great. So a lot of people also, and we also have like think, oh, do you want to learn English? American English. They are proud of that, like, I'm going to teach American English.
Tell us about your outfit. Was that a special outfit you're wearing, or is that typical, or what?
Well, this outfit, I'm so proud of it because it was 32 years ago, a tailor make. And then this material was when I was doing my business, and I went to Hangzhou, which is the silk production city in China, the very famous one. And then I got it from one of my manufacturer. They gave me as a gift. So when I went to Shenzhen, I just go to the tailor and I'm proud because it still fit me.
Is it silk?
Yeah, it's silk. It's silk satin. Silk has that silk chiffon, silk satin, and then the different kind. How it depends on how you wove it, how it's weave or woven. And yeah, and then also we count the count of the fat, and also the weight. Just like jeans, jeans weigh 14 ounce, 10 ounce, 4.5 ounce, like those things.
Speaking of outfits, I was in Hong Kong in 1985, and I remember going to the Hong Kong Hilton.
Yeah, to order your suit, right?
Charlie Cheng.
Yes, right.
Really? Is that something still going on?
No, and now, even they only measure you, and then they will have it made in China.
Ah, okay. So in 1985, I didn't have much money, but a suit was super cheap then. Went in the morning, and a team of many people measured me, and in the evening I picked up 2 suits that they hand tailored, and they were about $75 each for that, with the finest material and this group of people fawning over you, measuring, doing all these things. Charlie Cheng, that was
yeah,
super cool.
I remember when I was in Hong Kong, after office I went down to the Indian, they do tailoring and stuff, and I just grabbed off material, 50 cents, and I went home to make a dress and went to the dancing party in the evening. 50 cents. Hong Kong dollars, not US.
Wow. Yeah.
You didn't mention anything about your family. I find your family history quite fascinating. Did you want to mention something, or should I?
Okay. I have 15 siblings altogether, 10 boys and 5 girls. And my father has 5 wives. I am the first biological daughter of my father, but my mother is a 5th wife of my father. And my father was killed by the communists because he's a big landlord. In China at that time, if you have money, you can have many wives as you want. So that is how he gets so many wives. And what you want to?
That was quite a bit right there. So let's review. 15 siblings. Your father had 5 wives.
Yeah. Living all together in the same area, each one had 1 house.
Right?
Yeah.
All at the same time, everyone knows about each other.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really fascinating. 1 wife is enough for me, to be honest. I'm not interested in 4 more living on the same block. I mean, a few cultural differences, but that's all right.
But then only that, not now, because of the communists, you can't have 2 wives. You cannot even have a relationship. If you marry and you have a relationship with another lady or another guy, you are in trouble, big trouble. And I remember one of my friends told me that, they went to tour, and then husband and wife. And when they check in the hotel, they ask you, who your relationship? They said, husband and wife. That show me your marriage certificate. So we are going to enjoy our life, how we printed marriage certificate, And I remember when, every year, because I was in business, so I had to go to a Canton Fair. You heard of the Canton Fair? It's a very big fair in Guangdong, which the whole China, and all the places in China will go there to have their booths. And then all the international clients will go there to one place, and then you can select all the things. And then, so the hotel rooms are very hotel rooms are very scarce. And then, so I end up to stay in one room with my very good friend's husband. And then we have to, they give you a paper to fill in, you know, what is your relationship. So I told my Abby, you know, my friends, my very good friend's husband said, okay, you just tell him wife. And then my wife's very best friend, but just only the very best friend. And I said, husband's very best friend. And then we had 2 beds, you know, so it's okay. Because, you know, one time, I remember when, after we married, we went to Taiwan to have honeymoon, and then later on we had to go back to China because both his family and my family were in China. So we went there and we booked a hotel in Guangdong, Canton City. And at that time, when we booked a hotel, you know, through some relationship of his friends. And then but no bathroom in the room, okay? So you have to go out to the bathroom, the public bathroom. And when I get out, our rooms like this is the one cot, you know, like those beds, and then this is one. You know, it seems we have guards guarding our room. So.
Can you explain, is it okay to explain about crossing the river to freedom?
Well, that is after China ended the relationship with Russia, and Russia bring up all their health, all the economic back to Russia, and then it's 1959, and then so China is very poor at that time, and then Chairman Mao want to, how do I say that, you know, make steel. And then he want to make steel on all the people, you know, the whole nation to make steel that compete with American and England. They said they have to, you know, like get over American and England. So all the people, they had the furnace in the backyard, you know, and no people tending the farms. So people starving at that time. So a lot of people escaped to Hong Kong, especially those in Canton, close to, and then in Shenzhen, there's Shenzhen River, which many people swim. And then one of the girls I knew, she said she swam, and then the soldier will shoot at you, but then when they shoot, you die down in the water. So they would set dogs to chase you, and then that lady being bitten at her thigh by a dog. And the incredible story is my cousin, she was pregnant, but she used the inner time of her bicycle to grab her body and then flow to Hong Kong, even when she was pregnant. Is it incredible, right? It's something, you know, there's a lot of those stories, and also a lot of stories people die, you know, and I've read some newspapers, you know, some wives waiting for the husband, and then when they went to the riverbank to find, and only find their slippers because they don't have the shoes. When I went to Hong Kong, I didn't have shoes also because, you know, we were the big landlord's children, so we were like the black 5 feet classes, the lowest class. You know, in people, the first class are the peasants. And then if you are and we were like under surveillance. We could not, the adults could not go out of the house. And me and my second sister, she's 2 months younger than me, with our mothers will go, yeah, each mother have a house, but when the communists came and then they killed my father, so they get all the things. When they get us out of our own house, and then when it's like they even search our thing, like search, and then, okay, this out, you know, they have to take it off to them. And I remember I have a cashmere underwear, a sweater, which very thin, they didn't feel it. So, but then in the nighttime, they come to our place 3 times to search for weapons, jewelry, and money. And then the adults have to be out to the front yard with their hands like that, and some with the guns guarding you. We children just cover our faces. And one morning, because it's warm, so I took off my sweater and put on the stool. The next morning, I couldn't find it, so I just said, "Oh, I lost my sweater, I lost my sweater." And my first mother said, "Probably they took it." She was hurt. And then in the evening, she was led out to the public place to being punished. And then, they used broken glasses and then phones and asked her to kneel down. I was so, I don't know how to say that, I was fierce because, because of me that made her do this. And I also was afraid that, they would blame me. So it was, I don't know how to raise that, yeah.
Thanks for sharing that personal story there. It just kind of makes you think everyone's got a story. Everyone we walk by every day may be going through some incredible things, different backgrounds, and never know what someone's been through. That's a lot, and that's incredible. And glad you're here, safe and sound, actually, Flavia. And
but then I want to mention, now China has changed. China has changed a lot. This time when I went there, usually when I was in Hong Kong, the Chinese people always think the Hong Kong people has a lot of money because the people in Hong Kong, they really love their country. You can see old ladies being, one in front, one with their shoulder post, just bring things back to China. And then that's why, when I was in Hong Kong, all my siblings will ask me for money. When they get married, they ask me for money. When they want to build a house, they ask me for money. I remember I received a letter from my elder brother. He said, "Don't get married now. You have to wait until all the siblings get married. They get married. We are the elder brothers and sisters. We have the responsibility to help them to get married." I said, "What? They're younger than me." And then if they get married, I will be an old maid, And then, but now when I go back, like this time, my 10th brother said, "You don't have to bring anything back. You just bring yourself." And one time, his son wrote me, he had 2 sons, and one of his other son told me on WeChat, said, "Younger brother built a house." And I was going to say, "Can I come to live for a while?" But then before I even post that, Dad said, "Reserve a room for you." I was so touched. And this time, when I went back, my youngest brother, 10th one, said, "You don't have to bring anything." Because he said, "This is the best time of our life." Even big brother said, "This is the best time." He has money from the government every month, so that I couldn't spend all the money. So you just come, and then anywhere you want, I will get it for you. And when I told him that, the next day we go to the market because my son want to get some souvenir in Singapore to go to Singapore to treat his co-workers. The next morning when we got up, the whole table, all the food we want. It's incredible. China is also very clean. I just saw a lady from Canada said, "I was so wrong when I think China is so dirty, so crowded, but I was so wrong." She said, "After I've been there for a month, now I miss the food." She said, I don't want to eat out now because the food in China is so good. The place is so clean, people are so friendly, so nice. It's really, and also very safe because they have surveillance cameras. I remember one time we checked in a hotel, and then they asked us, take a picture. my daughter and my son said, take a picture. Then my nephew said, yes, you guys want privacy, but we want security. But then the last time when we went to Lipsco to perform, when we went in Lipsco also have to take our picture.
Yeah.
You briefly touched on this just a moment ago. I imagine that the prosperity of Hong Kong exerts a strong attractive force on the millions of people in the rest of China who are in poverty. Who controls the immigration? Is it the Hong Kong government, the Chinese government? What does it take to be allowed to move to Hong Kong?
Well, it's the Hong Kong government. But then now, Hong Kong is lack of people. So they now have a plan that track the intelligence to Hong Kong. And then they said now already have 30,000 applications. And then 5,000 already granted. Because with Hong Kong people need people to work. And then a lot of people, even China is not getting rich now, but comparatively, Hong Kong still is much higher. You can see the living standard and also the wages, the income is much higher than most of the places in China. So that's why, But then, when you talk about, the great escapement causing the Samson River to Hong Kong, I also heard from one of my friends, I don't know whether it's true or not, she said, well, that is because the British government make a call to Beijing and ask them to send people because we need people. And then at that time, yeah, you can be saying it's true because when people come, no people will reject them. And people, even the police will ask you, what is your name? Do you have any relative in Hong Kong? Give me their address or telephone number. But at that time, not too many people have telephone, so give me the address. I help you to find them. And then so the police really help to find your relative to come here to get you to anywhere you live or so on. And then the police also send eatable, breads and rice and fruit to the refugees. So it might be true, So if you need people, then you want to open the border, right? I don't think I know.
So looks like we've got some food ready. Is there one last question from the audience? Yes.
I'm just curious about the rest of your 14 siblings. How many of them followed you? 15? How many of them are also in the States now?
I'm the only one. I'm the only one. When I came here, I asked my siblings, do you want to come to America? They said no, because we don't speak the language. You're the only one speak English. And then, at that time also, I became in 1991, and Hong Kong China already opened. And then, but I have a brother in Macau and 2 sisters in Hong Kong.
I think so.
And your 2 children, one in Singapore, one in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she is here in downtown Valparaiso. If you see her, say hello.
Yeah, because I like my friends here.
So, yes.
Before she comes in, she's gonna show you the dessert.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So we're gonna. Look at the dessert here.
Oh, this is dessert.
Can you carry that around a little bit?
This is called yellow sweet pudding, and then we call ma dao gou. Yeah.
Here, do you speak?
Okay, thank you.
I'll take this.
Okay, thank you. So I just made it today, okay? It's made of cornstarch, yellow sweet peel, coconut milk, and sugar. No, I just use the mold,
So I can break some off and put it in my tea.
Yeah, no, don't put in your tea. Because this tea is very good. It's like bitter and sweet taste. When I first served to my friends and cousins said, it's sweet. I said, no, I didn't put any sugar in it, you know. So, cháo củ lạc mà vẫn thấy, yum qua. Yes?
The Dynasty buffet, I assume, I think it's Chinese. Is that
Yeah.
a particular region of China, or is that just a kind of a hodgepodge?
I don't know them now because, you know, they change hands.
Oh.
Yeah, I used to know them, but I haven't been there for a long, long time. I seldom go out to eat unless, you know, I go out to eat it just with friends, you know. And then if Chinese, we always go to China House or Tai Chi in Chesterton. And then my former restaurant, Jade Garden in Portage, we went there because we don't have to pay.
You know, we have a Jade Garden that's been in Valparaiso.
Yes.
Is there any relation?
Right, yeah. Jade Garden in Valparaiso is the one why we came here, because Jade Garden in Valparaiso has partnership with my brother-in-law. But then later on, Sam Ma wants to have a restaurant in Chicago. So he wants to sell the one in Portage to my brother-in-law. So my brother-in-law, he's not a businessman, and he was afraid, so he asked his brother to help. And my late husband is a very good cook. He was, you know, like, but he cooked big things. I cook home things better.
So, in wrapping up, 2 acknowledgements. Tom, who usually helps us with video, and we've got several cameras and editing and all of that, unfortunately had a health issue and was hospitalized this week. And so, hello to Tom, and hope you're doing better. And then also, just wanted to mention one of my best friends growing up in St. Louis has lived in Hong Kong for a few decades now, so hello Mike, if you end up watching this here. And anyway, now is the fun part of getting you taste some Hong Kong food and Hong Kong tea. So we're gonna take a moment to get some tables and chairs set up. I encourage everyone to stick around and socialize with each other, and also say hello to Flavia. So thank you very much for coming, everybody, and we will see you next month. Take care. Thank you.